Alrighty, buenos dias, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I miss you all so much. I miss seeing your faces in class, but at least I get to see your faces on video. So thank you for joining me on Fridays. Fridays is my favorite day of the week by far, because the rest of the week I'm just, putting up exercises and grading and uploading videos and all that. It's not as fun as Fridays because we get to play games and see each other. So hopefully you join me next Friday and every Friday until class ends, because it's really important that you get this stuff, and it will definitely help you get through the class. So make sure that you're checking in on Fridays with me. It's so fun. But this Friday, April 24th, we got to play a board game, which I will not do on video. I'll show you the board game, but we had a die, and we'll talk about the board game here. But I'm making this video today to go over the lesson part, because the board game took so long that I didn't get to the lesson. So this video is to make up for that. We had fun, and now here's the lesson for today. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you, and that way you can see the presentation. Okay, here it is. Let me click present and show you what we're going to talk about. Okay, I'm going to move my toolbar out of the way. Here we go. It's kind of loading. It takes a second. Give it a moment. And see. See. Taking more than a moment. Not fun. Okay, so here it is, present progressives and the reflexive review. So we played a game today that was reviewing the reflexives. You needed a die, okay, your vocabulary notes, and then your camera on so you can play. And your rules were, you picked a color, I gave the order of the turns, you roll the die, move to the spot. If you answer the question correctly or translate correctly, you stay in the spot. If you got it incorrect, you had to go back either to the beginning or to where you were. It depends, right? And then the winner of the round would get a free 5 out of 5 for one daily work assignment for week 4. So congrats to our winners today. For our first session, the winner was Paige. Paige, you won your 5 out of 5 for week 4. For our 12 noon game, Kenna, you are the winner of that. Congratulations. And then for our 2 p.m. game, it was Kayla. So congrats to you three on winning our game today. It was very fun. And we kind of reviewed and learned, and I really enjoyed that. So here we go. Let's get started. Present progressives, okay? We're gonna talk about the present progressive today. And literally, can you tell me, what are you doing right now? So the answer to that, you'll be using the present progressive in your answer, okay? So let me explain myself. The present progressive, here it goes. So you have the past tense, el pasado, right? You have hoy, which is today, and then you got el futuro, which is the future. Well, can you guess which one is the progressive? Wait for it. Yes, if you guessed hoy, today, that is a progressive. So the progressive describes an action that is in the process at the moment we are talking. So it is what we are doing ahora mismo, right now, okay? So the present progressive is, let's say, what am I doing right now? I am teaching, right? And you are learning. And then you will be doing your assignments, and I will be grading them. Are you following here? So the present progressive is the equivalent to the ing in English, okay? So here we go. How do we form it? So just like, kind of like the reflexives, it has 2 parts, but this is nothing like it. Okay, so the progressives, we have the 2 things to it. You have to have the verb estar, and you have to have the present participle, okay? So give me 1 second, and I'll explain what the present participle is. All right, like I was saying, so 2 parts. To create the progressive, you're gonna have to use the verb estar. So if you remember in your previous lessons a while back, estar meant to be, just like ser, but you use a star for specific things. If you translate it, it's like saying estoy would be I am, estás would be you are, and estamos would be we are. So you're going to take the form of a star of whoever is doing the action, right? And then the present participle, okay? So how do I create the present participle and combine those two to make the progressive? So this is what you do. You take the form of a star, and then you pick your verb. Let's use estudiar, since we're all studying, okay? And so I want to say that we are studying. So how you would do this is the two parts would be a star and then your participle. So I will say estamos, because that's we are. And then my present participle would be the verb estudiar. It's an AR. I need to drop the AR and add ando, okay? So that means to say we are studying will be estamos estudiando, okay? Let's do an ER. Let's say they are eating. I think they're really hungry. So they are eating. Now let's see. What a star will I pick for they? Take a moment. Look at it closely. If you thought están, you are correcto, okay? So I would use están and then my verb comer, but comer is an ER, like right here. And so I'm going to drop the ER and I'm going to add yendo. That means to say they are eating would be ellos, right? If you want to say ellos, están comiendo, okay? So you do that. And so the present participle, if I ever say, what is the present participle? All I'm asking is for you to give me the ando and yendo part of, like, way of the verb. If I say I want the present progressive, then you got to do both parts. You need to do a start and then you need to do the participle. I hope that's making sense. If it's not, then you can go ahead and ask me via the remind text, okay? Let's keep going. So what is the present participle? I have, here are some forms of them, and then I'll show you the infinitive. I have hablando, I have comiendo, viviendo, estudiando, pensando, jugando, encendiendo, okay? So look at these verbs. Can you guess what the infinitive is just by looking at the participle ending? Well, let's see. Hablar will be hablando, comer will be comiendo, vivir will be viviendo, estudiar will be estudiando, pensar, pensando, jugar, jugando, encender, to light or turn on, be encendiendo, okay? So here's the thing. If you don't do the estar form, right, if you keep the estar out, then you are giving me the present participle. I hope that makes sense. So the present participle will be hablando, comiendo, viviendo. Okay, if I want the progressive, then you would have to give me estar and then the present participle. Okay, so here we go. Present progressive, we got, in English, you can never say he walking or she working, right? Unless you're speaking in slang, you can't necessarily do that. So you have to use the verb is. He is walking, or, right, he's walking, or she is working, or she's working, right? So we have to do the same thing in Spanish. We never leave the verb estar out. If you do, you're not saying what they're doing. You're not doing the progressive. You're just saying what the present participle is, and we don't need that. So it would be called the present participle instead of progressive if you did leave it out, right? You have to keep the estar in there. Estar plus ando or yendo would give me the progressive, right? Now let's do a few examples. And when this decides to load, estar and the participio, or what you would say in English, the present participle. Here it goes. You use estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, or están, depending on who's doing the action. And then you pick your verb. If it's an AR, give it an ando. If it's an ER or IR, give it a yendo. Okay? Make sure you drop the AR or the ER or IR. So, if he is walking, right, he would be él, right here, él. Is would be está, he is, él está. walking, the AR, the infinitive, is caminar. It's an AR. So can you tell me what the present participle will be? I'm waiting. Yes, if you said caminando, you are correcto. Okay, so he is walking. We say él está caminando. Okay, so the progressive is both estar and your present participle together. Okay, without the estar, you're just looking at the present participle. I hope that makes sense. Give me 1 second. So English or Spanish? Let's see. In English, you can say both. I am working right now, and use the same sentence to say tomorrow. I am working tomorrow, right? So I am working are the same in both instances, but really they're at two different times. I am working right now means, well, right now, but I am working tomorrow is later. But here's the problem. In Spanish, you can't do that, right? The progressive in Spanish, the progressive in Spanish is only used to describe the action that is in process at the moment as we're talking ahora mismo, okay? So to be able to say that I am working right now, you're gonna have to use the progressive. But if you want to say you are working, but not right now, you want to say tomorrow or a different time in the future, then you're gonna have to use the infinitive of ir and then the verb. So, I'm sorry, not the infinitive, but you have to use a form of ir and then your infinitive verb. For example, estoy trabajando would be right now. I am working right now. But later, it doesn't say estoy, right? It's not progressive. It's later. It's future. So I'm going to work is what it would translate to. So voy is ir for yo, for me, right? Voy a, there's your little special word, a, and then I keep my work infinitive, trabajar. And then you say mañana, since you're going to work tomorrow, right? So just like in English, you get to do both and say the same thing, I am working. In Spanish, you can't. I am working would be right now. I'm going to work would be later, okay? So there are two different instances. Now here are a few examples. It is always necessary to use the verb estar and the participle ando yendo of the main verb, okay? Amanda or Amanda y su bebé, her baby, están, look, están, they are, están durmiendo. They are what? They're sleeping, okay? Dormir is an IR, and so the ending is yendo. Now remember that dormir is a stem changer, okay? So it's stems, durmiendo. So let's see, número 2. Amalia está lavando los platos. In this lesson, you learned lavar or lavarse, which is to wash. So in this case, it's not reflexive. She's washing plates, right? So no pronoun necessary. Amalia está, she is, right? Está lavando is an AR, los platos. She is washing the dishes or washing the plates. Vosotros estáis estudiando, right? Are you guys studying, as in you guys in Spain? Estáis, vosotros form, estudiando, your present participle for an AR. Tú estás pensando mucho en este examen. So you are thinking, pensar, to think. You are thinking way too much on this test, okay? Mis amigos están llamando por teléfono. So my friends están, llamar is to call, so calling, llamando por teléfono, right? So I use estar and the present participle ando. ¿Quién está hablando en clase? Who's talking in class? Okay, typical teacher phrase. ¿Quién está? Who is singular because we don't know who it is, he, she. ¿Quién está hablando? Who is speaking in class? All right, tu turno. Yay, your turn, which is my favorite part to get to see you work, okay? So real quick, pause this video and go ahead and give this a try and see if you're gonna get these correct. Remember, you have to use the present progressive. So what does that mean? You gotta use estar and the present participle ando and yendo, okay? Don't forget. So let me see. Pause this video, write them down, And let's double check them when you're finished. Okay, so hopefully you got all these correct. You gave it a try, but we are back, and let's see if you ace this quiz, okay? So número uno, it says, ¿qué blank tú? And the verb I gave you was hacer, which is to do, and ¿qué means what? So I need to ask you, what are you doing, right? And so my answer is, ¿qué estás? And then hacer is the ER, so I use yendo ending for the participle. Progressive is all together. The participle is just the haciendo part. So, ¿qué estás haciendo tú? What are you doing? All right, good job. If you got it correct, make sure you don't leave out those accent marks on the verb estar. Número dos. ¿Dónde blank Luis? So, where is Luis eating? Okay, where does Luis eat? Comer. Where is he eating? Comer. So first step, I need the verb estar for Luis, which would be he, by the way. Okay, so ¿dónde está Luis? Right, that would be the form, but I can't say where is he. I want to say where is he eating. So ¿dónde está comiendo? Yes, ¿dónde está comiendo Luis? Where is Luis eating? Número tres, ellas means they. Okay, and I have the verb vivir, which is to live. So my statement right here would be, they are living in Madrid. They are would be están. And guess what vivir would be? It's an IR. Viviendo. Yes. Ellas están viviendo en Madrid. Okay. Número cuatro, I have yo, which is the easiest one for all of us. Yo, and then it says deportes, practice sports now. I am practicing sports is what you need to say. I am, okay? So I am would be estoy, right? Estoy, yo estoy. And then my verb is practicar, so the participle will be practicando, okay? Yo estoy practicando deportes ahora, right now. Nosotras, we. And then cartas means letters. So we need to say we are writing because escribir is my verb. So we are would be estamos, right? We are writing. Estamos and escribir is an IR. So my ending is, my participle would be escribiendo, right? Estamos escribiendo cartas ahora. And last but not least, we got the verb to play, jugar, as in a game, okay? Or a sport. Who? It would be saying who is playing chess. Ajedrez means chess, FYI. Okay. Quién would be, for who would be he, she. We don't know who it is, so just give it the he, she form. Quién está, and then jugar is an AR, so my present participle would be jugando. Okay. Quién está jugando al ajedrez? Who is playing chess? So if you got all 6 of these correcto, congratulations, you have mastered the present progressive. If you have not gotten these correct, don't worry, we still got time, okay? We have a whole week to be learning and practicing these. So watch for your more resources folder and your daily work folder and this video and the PowerPoint. They're all gonna be in your school, on your Schoology. That way you can kind of go back and access them as you need, okay? So what are we gonna do next week on our next class? We are going to continue learning about the present progressive. I'm going to throw some irregular verbs at you. Of course, you know, I can't leave those out. And then we're going to practice what we have learned in context, okay? I think De La Historia episode 3 might be coming soon. So don't miss it. Practice with me. Ace your daily work. Get it done. You'll see your grade grow slowly. And I recommend you getting your quizzes done. Most of you do, and you do pretty good. And so the fastest way to get your grade up is doing those quizzes. And now how do you get to ace that? By practicing with your daily work, okay? So anyways, I hope that you are doing okay. Text me through the Remind app. If you have any questions, I can help you one-on-one via the Remind. And yeah, if you have any questions about your grade or anything, just let me know. I'm here to answer them, okay? So remember to do, if you want to do the daily work route, remember to do all of them that week because they add up. Right, the score is like, if there's 4 of them, they're 5 points each. That's 20 points that week. So if you leave one out, that's 15 out of 20, that's a 75, okay? No bueno. So if it's just 4 of them, that would be a 20 out of 20 if you do all 4 of them. Does that make sense? So get your 20 out of 20 or your 30 out of 30 or your 10 out of 10, whatever it is, get that. If not, focus, study, and get that quiz done and get, do it well, and that's the fastest way up for your grade to go up, arriba. So you guys, okay, have a, let me see if I can actually stop sharing my screen. There you go. So have a great day, guys. Have a great week. I hope everybody's healthy. Stay home. Mwah. Los quiero mucho. And hasta luego, guys. Ciao. Adios.